Hey everybody, my name is Nathaniel Dodds and I run the Covenanter monthly pamphlet program over at covenanter.org/pamphlets. You can sign up for just $10 a month or order any of these back pamphlets for just $12 each. And this month here, February of 2020, I have Submission to the Powers That Be by one William L. Roberts to give you an idea of what can be found within this booklet. I'm going to read here an excerpt from the back of the book. From the earliest days of the American Republic, the doctrine of passive obedience was pressed from many pulpits in the United States. Some taught that submission was due to whatever government happened to exist in the providence of God. In contrast, the Reformed Presbyterians, or Covenanters, taught that all civil governments had an obligation to conform themselves to the moral obedience of God. Moreover, only these governments were entitled to the conscientious obedience of believers. Several scripture texts have been set forth to prove the case of those pressing for passive obedience to immoral civil governments. All have received answers in various tracts of books of the Covenanters who understand that civil liberty and religious liberty march hand in hand. William L. Roberts, in his first published work, takes up the issue of submission to the powers that be as set forth in 1 Peter 2, verses 13 through 17, as compared with Romans 13, verses 1 and 2. And in order to do so, Roberts first discusses passages of Scripture that show that the present government of the nations and their present constitutions are in opposition to God and His law. Next, Robert undertakes to place those passages used by proponents of passive obedience into their biblical context. Finally, he seeks to show that Reformed Presbyterianism is justified in its dissent from all offices and oaths administered under the Constitution of the United States. The result is a full-throttle defense of the doctrinal position of the Reformed Presbyterian Church, the Covenanters, with respect to civil government, including all political dissent. So there you have it, Submission to the Powers That Be by William L. Roberts. You can check it out. You can pick up a copy for yourself over at covenanter.org/pamphlets. Thank you.